Let's go for next presentation, and that is language presentation. And language presentation is being given by Alia Nusrat. Alia Nusrat.
Live our lives without communicating? Can we see to each other and convey our messages? Can we even use a signaling system or some, sign language, although we can talk? No. Every human being has this capacity and has this urge to express his feeling from the time of birth. Okay? Meaning and purpose is so simple. Language is a word derived from Latin word lingua. Lingua means tongue. Those who have done language, these things are on their fingertips. Now, when we talk about language, the main and the most important thing is sounds. And that's why Maria Montessori took this, and she the activities according to the blending of sounds. The words are consisting of sounds. So language is basically derived from sounds. Now, what is the history of language? In primitive age, the people, they just, made sounds to communicate, to talk to each other, to transfer, to transmit their messages, one group to another group, and then language travels. The sounds travels, and then one day these sounds become meaningful. Okay? Origin of spoken language. Spoken language comes very first because man is habitual to make sounds by birth. And again, if we come to now, when people get to know that every sound from their mouth is producing has some meaning, can have some meaning. And believe me, those sounds are the same sound which you have with your ABCD sound. Like A, B, B. These were the sound for them as language. Okay, so that's why those sounds have been, what I say, that formed by Dr. Maria Montessori in this system as well. And when we started with the exercise, see that each and every word will be able to that specific blending of sounds, because Montessori language is based on sounds. Okay. Spoken language, how we introduce spoken language in the environment. This is what we will do in our oral activities, and then some of the activities which we have with the material. Written language, when primitive people, they made sounds, they transmit their signals, their communication ability, and they were receiving those signals and understanding. Then they start doing that those sounds in graphics. If we talk about a woman, they made this body figure shape, and it is called a woman written on the wall or woman written anywhere. So in this way, written language, the origin of written language is how it becomes a part of our life right now. Can we live without language? No, language is very for each and every person. Maybe it is written language, maybe it is spoken language, maybe it is reading. Reading again is where comes in this, both spoken and reading itself is another aspect of language. Now, how language develop in child from 0 to 6 years? You know that the sensitive period for language is the most interesting period in child's life. Even the whole family enjoyed that time period. Children just the baby, very small baby, start looking at the mouth portion of the adults while the mouth portion is moving. Then 3 months, 4 months, baby just, shattered someday that he's also can produce a sound. And then it goes on, goes on. First the sounds, then some one syllable, very, effusive word, and then a complete word. After that, the journey goes on. Words, sentence, small sentences, like अगर बच्चा ये कह रहा है अम्मा या मम्मा, पहला word कह रहा है मम्मा, the second मम्मा दो, unknowingly क्या दो, ये और ये अल्लाह ताला ने सिर्फ the mother knows what the child is in need, ठीक है, वो सिर्फ अम्मी को पता होता है उसकी. Now after that मम्मा पानी दो. Situation throughout the 0 to 6 years of age, the children also use language on their needs. Language is a need of life. Do you agree or not? Yes. So language development in child's age is very, a very important thing. 0 to 3 years, the child is absorbing every impression from the environment, and the best thing is that the child is acquiring language. And then 6 years, the child practice on that language. Maybe some mistakes are there by the directors, the adults, and that is 3 to 6. Child learns then more than, believe me, thousands of words. 6 years old child is able to speak, to write, even to read. 0 to 3 years is unconscious absorbent mind for sensitive period of language. Then 3 to 6 years conscious absorbent mind with again another era of language eruption, language explosion. One day the child say, yes, I can talk, I can say the thing in a complete sentence. This is a complete graph of development of language in a child's life.
Okay. The moment we were waiting since morning, and now LMI is complete. Mashallah, let's give a warm welcome to the entire Shamim family. This is LMI, right? Sir Shamim, Mrs. Shamim, Anila Shamim, and Zunaira Shamim, right? Lucky man to be surrounded by 3 beautiful ladies. एक प्रोग्राम आता था हमारे ज़माने में, चार्लीज एंजल्स, है ना? तो दिस इज शमीम्स एंजल्स एंड ऑफ कोर्स सो वेलकम एंड we'll give you opportunity to be here when she is done with her. So Alia, carry on.
Assalamu alaikum.
अरे वाह,
My mic is on. Love to see you.
थोड़ा और झुक के आना.
I thought my mic is not working if I bend down. Thank you.
Okay, carry on.
Talk to you. Okay, so development of language through 3 to 6 years become very challenging for the child. Child is in the urge of talking. You cannot stop a child. The child has this sensitive period of language of repetition as well. The child repeat the sentence, and sometimes the adults around the home, they get confused and nervous. How many times you are asking me to go and drink water? एक दफ़ा तो पिला दिया पानी. Why you are asking me again and again? This is not the water. This is the repetition of language. Children love to repeat because they are in the process of acquiring language, spoken language. Now, next. Now first we start with the spoken language in the Montessori environment. Okay? Practical exercises, oral exercises. We started with conversation. Conversation is not an exercise. It is the daily routine practice. How the teacher welcome the child, how the teacher, directress invite the child, how she is using the words. The selection of words for the directress, the language the child is absorbing in the environment. This is conversation. Why it comes in exercise? Because we have to do the practice. Our practices make the child comfortable and a happy child. Whatever we are doing, child just absorbing and then following us, imitating us. तो आपने मम्मा ने यही बोलूँगा, because the mind is working, the neme is working, the horme is working, impressions तो जा रहे हैं, the child has to work. So conversation is not a practical exercise, it is a daily routine conversation between the child and the adults. Now stories, poems, rhymes and songs, because I don't think so that I do have that much time to elaborate each and everything. Can I have one poem and one song? How many of you know If You Are Happy and You Know It? So we all will sing together. The actions are, one is clap, stomp, hurrah. Repeat. And please don't mix it up. Okay. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, you really know it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy, you're happy, you know it, say and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it. अच्छा, एक उर्दू पोएम है जो मैं ज़रूर गाऊंगी, नज़म बादलों के संग, सही है? With your permission. Thank you. अच्छा, when we talk about stories, songs, rhymes and poems, what is the difference between? Can anybody has any idea? What is the difference between poems and rhymes? Rhymes? Rhyming words. Okay? So this is the difference. And songs can be of any topic. आपके जो पाकिस्तान के songs हैं, किसी एक एलिमेंट पे सॉन्ग है, किसी एक ऑब्जेक्ट पे सॉन्ग है, किसी फेस्टिवल पे सॉन्ग है. तो जो मेरे पास आज एक सॉन्ग है वो एक सिंपल प्लेग्राउंड गेम, जो कि बच्चों को इतना नहीं पता. प्रीवियसली इन ओल्डन डेज व्हेन आई वाज अ किड, आई नो दैट थिंग वेरी मच. इवन नाउ अभी भी है, लेकिन उसकी काफ़ी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस भी हैं. तो दैट्स वाई वी कैन नॉट आस्क द चिल्ड्रन टू प्ले दिस गेम. ओके, इट इज़ अबाउट बादलों के संग आज हमारी पतंग चली, बादलों के संग आज हमारी पतंग, वो देखो ठुमक 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 जाए. दोबारा. चली बादलों के संग आज हमारी पतंग चली, डोर हाथों से गिरे जोर ये हमसे कर, हाथों से गिरे जोर ये हमसे करे. कभी हम आगे आगे हो, कभी वो पीछे पीछे, कभी हम आगे आगे हो, कभी पीछे. देखो अटक 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 जाए, आज हमारी पतंग चली बादलों के संग, आज हमारी पतंग. थैंक यू. Now, on a very serious note, these things are, believe me, sometimes very difficult for a directress. So this is the way you can learn. No, nobody else can learn you, teach you, ask you to do this thing on this poem. This is your skills and you are supposed to improve your skills in this place. Okay? Now, stories. What type of stories we can give for moral stories, daily routine stories, funny stories? Yes, but it should be a lesson or and so why not great people, personalities, they can also be discussed. Why not? We can make it separately. Are based a very soft style lesson give from 0.5. The best thing is that, and the most story should not be read in front of the children with a book. Believe me, the book should be on the children's side, and then you are narrating the story and start with only with the pictures. The picture, the children focus on the picture and listening to you. And then definitely move on. You can have a library corner, their age group, and then children will take themselves as well. Now, pre-reading games. Pre-reading means before reading games. The child should have that ample amount of words, the logical, conversation. So the child is able to relate those words in the reading, time. News period is a form of circle time you can have. Or you can have it on when the children come early in the morning, you start with them. Okay, yesterday I went to McDonald's and I saw a boy and he was crying because he left his mother's hand and mother was inside the door and the boy was outside. You know what happened? The sergeant uncle came and then he took the boy inside. So never leave your mother's hand while you are outside. Then you believe me, children started. मैं वहाँ गया था, मैंने वो देखा था, फिर मैं शॉप के अंदर के maybe in Urdu, and then slowly and gradually they started in English as well. Question game. In question game we can have a picture, and through this picture you can ask the children questions. What question game? We make the child think logically. No, it's okay. With the presentation, first presentation of I Spy game. Library corner, I have explained. Game. There should be a picture and you are related questions, okay, to make the child think logically and give you answers correctly. I Spy game. Auntie is going to show you something very interesting. Come. To stage. So sir to keh rahe quick. Okay. आप यहाँ खड़ा होना, यहाँ खड़े जाओ. Stand here. Okay, Huram, what is this? Because this is the very first material presentation. So be careful with language. This is the very first material. Okay, what is this? Second, sorry. What is this?
I spy you.
This is a basket. Okay. Would you like to hold it?
Yes, auntie.
Okay. Bring it to the table. Please sit down. Before I Spy game, we have introduced these objects through vocabulary basket presentation, and in that the child must know the names of the objects, and in that presentation I need 1 or 2 students more. Please come. 2 enough. बस आ जाओ हाँ उसको हाँ उसमें presentation दिखाएं. अच्छा okay 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 okay. Let them switch the camera.
ठीक है आप शुरू करते हैं.
Okay. Now the basket, the material basket should be on your lap. Okay, and sometimes it is covered as well, but this is more than enough because children are sitting in this way. Okay. Now I have few very interesting objects. Now I am keeping one object at the table, okay?
Okay, auntie.
Spot. Yes, tell me. Okay. I spy something on the table with begin with P. P. Pot.
Pot.
Pot. Very good. Corn. Okay. I spy something on the table begins with K.
Corn.
Very nice. I spy something on the table begins with J.
Jug.
Okay, this is the first stage. Second stage, two contrasting sounds. Okay, I spy something on the table begins with A. A. Apple, very good. I spy something on the table begins with K.
Carrot.
Carrot, very good. Now every time you are supposed to place two objects with contrasting sound as the child, but with some pause. And here I cannot get this. Thank you. This is I Spy game, 2 stages. Thank you. Can you please keep back the material? Thank you. Now, next presentation is of writing exercises. Could you please play that thing? No? Okay. Shumala मना कर रहे हैं मुझको. Can anybody come? आपको ये कहा जाए बस. मैंने writing exercises को भी explain ही नहीं करी है मुझे. तो that's why I'm asking कि वो चल जाए. नहीं मिला. Okay, okay, okay. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. Now, writing exercise, metal insets. Let me explain you the material. There are two, boards of metal inset, two stands. One having all curvilinear figures, another is having all rectilinear figures. So we start with the very simple one, and this is circle. So I ask the child to bring the material with me along with the papers, and on one paper, when you invite the child, you are supposed to at the back write down the name of the child and the date for the record, and one piece of paper is for the teacher or directress. Color pencil with one stand, it gives a very, the sensitive period of order is there. If you bring two pencils, the kids, they will after you. Okay, I want to use the another one. So bring one holder. Okay, so today we are working with metal insets. Okay, watch me carefully. What is this? Circle. It's a frame. Very nice. What is this? It's a paper. This is a board. Now watch carefully. You like it? You want to do the same? And then another piece of paper, write down the name and date of, that day, and then invite the child to do the same. So this is metal inset first presentation, and there are so many stages. Second presentation, you are supposed to work with frame and the inset, and then you are supposed to work with the two pencils, and then you are supposed to make the lines, and there is a series, and you will inshallah ta'ala get the complete knowledge from your respective branches. So this is metal insets. Thank you. No need of that, please. Now, next is sandpaper letters. Now the child's fingers are ready to move. Definitely the child is having those blocks. The child is having that, concept how to hold the writing tool. So why not we show the child the letters, what are the formations of the letters. Invite the child and then ask the child to come with you. And we start with the set of 3 cards. One is, what is this? One is consonant, one is vowel, and 2 are consonants. Now come with me. And before this presentation, what you are supposed to do, अभी आपने बिल्कुल मैम शमा ने explain किया है. You are supposed to how you sensitize your hands? Huh. What? Loudly. Exactly. Nowadays you people are in practice to all the time wash your hands. Okay. Now, show me hands. Oh, neat and clean. Now, can you please tell me some word or some object begins with O? O. Orange. O. Octopus. What else? O. Ox. O. Olive. O. O. Now watch me carefully. O. 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 Now, can you please tell me any word begins with K? K. Cat. K. Carrot. K. Very good. K. Watch me carefully. K. 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 Every time you are supposed to invite the child to do the same. Okay? The child has to repeat the same thing after you. Okay? Now, can you please tell me any object which begins with L? Ladder. L. Lemon. L. Lamp. L. Lion. Very good. L. 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 3-period lesson? Okay. And then there will be a short 3-period lesson, and each time you are supposed to ask the child to trace, okay? Okay, now. What is this? Can you please tell me where is K? This is K. Now trace it. Now, can you please tell me where is O? This is O. Now bring it here. Trace it. Very good. Can you point me L? This is L. Now trace it. Now, can you please tell me where is K? Trace it. Where is O? Trace it. Where is L? So you can be a little bit fast. Then last, what is this? Oh, trace it. Very nice. What is this? K, trace it. The child will drag the card, trace it and put it back. What is this? Trace it. So this is sandpaper letters. 3 letters at a time. कोशिश करेंगे शुरू में कि हम एक vowel को 2 के साथ attach करेंगे. Otherwise, after that you can have all 3 consonants, because we have, how many consonants do we have? And how many vowels do we have? And then rest of the letters are consonants. Now, object box 1. Now object box 1. Yeah, slips हैं. आई भी हो गई यहाँ से, मांगो किसी से. मैं तो हाथ से कर लेते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम. इसमें भी नहीं है. Somebody has taken. तुम्हारे किसी मटेरियल में EPL में है, लेकर आओ. मैं कैसे लूँ? Object box 1. Again, take the consent of the child. By the time you give the presentation of object box 1, that is a blend of all the sounds. You are be very vigilant to have a that, you know what I say, that control card with you, that the child knows all the sounds, most of the sounds. Then you can give object box. Maybe sometimes X is not given, maybe, but you can give this material when the child knows 8 to 10 consonants and all 5 vowels. Okay. Please open the box. Can you please take out the objects one by one? Thank you. The child will, what is this? Hat, lid, cup, peg, pot. We never leave any box opened in the environment, so close it. Okay, do you know what I want from these objects? No, I will tell you what I want. I want this. Now child will say the sounds and then blend and then make the word. Yes? G, p, g. Peg, peg. So I want this. Where is the peg? Okay. Now do you know what I want from these objects? No, I will tell you what I want. The child will eat, lid. Yes, I want lid. Now, my slip will tell you what I want. Again, I want something. At, hat. Yes. Now, do you know what I want from these two? No, I will tell you what I want. Read. Pot, 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 pot. Yes, this is the pot. Now I want this. Now, hat, lid, cup, peg, pot. Very good. Would you like to work with it? Then you can disperse, put it back in the box even, and then put the slips in the tray and invite the child to do the same. Thank you. Object box 1. And always ask the child to wind it up because they love to do this thing. Okay, give it to me for the next. Thank you. Now further reading exercise. I need that because this is so. Further reading exercises. It's a little bit, explanation just for 2 minutes. I need this. This comes with phonograms, that is object box 2. What is the aim of object box 2? To introduce phonograms, and there is a list of phonograms. We start with SH word, that is the sound is sh, sh, not sh. So we introduce with the simple one, then k and h. They make a ch. We start with the simple one, and there is a long list. Then puzzle words, irregular words. No grammar rule is applied. You cannot read them with phonetically. They are as it is read. They are written on the card. Like one, o, n, eh, one. You, j, o, u. It is written you. You are supposed to say it you. H, eh. Then word study. Big chapter, you have singular, plural, you have masculine, feminine, word, suffixes, prefixes, compound words. There is a list of language words. Believe me, I myself learned English language when I was doing the, this course. So I know आप में से भी बहुत से होंगे ऐसे. Classified reading. Now this is the time child make some challenge in reading. First the picture, the labels separated, then picture and labels are attached, then the definitions are separated into phrases. Child's reading also. Okay, child keep the slips logically with meaning, with some meanings. Function of words. Now in function of words, I will give article game. After article game, what is the definition of article? A specific word. Every word has some meaning. Like if it is one object, it is special, so it is the. And if it is more than one, then adjective game. Every object has some quality. Adjective gives the impression of quality. Big, small, colors, shapes. Logical adjective, again, if this word comes before or not, it is suitable or not. This concept, this aim is there. Detective adjective, the child is in the thirst to, detect the language. So we give this Montessori, put this material in this way. The children detect the triangles and then make a complete sentence. I think more than 3 to 4 adjectives in that. Conjunction game. What is conjunction game? What is the meaning of conjunction? We put together something, adding together 2 sentences with 1 word is called conjunction. Preposition, the position of the object. We kept the flowers in the basket. Okay. Word game, again action words. The word which gives you the instruction to do is called verb game. And here we, start giving symbols as well. But first I give you a presentation of practical game. I will give the article game. Thank you. Article game, we have one single object and few sets of objects as well with same, thing. Invite the child, bring the material with the help of the child, ask the child to open the box and always keep the lid under the box. Could you please place the objects? Now, do you know what I want from these objects? No, I will tell you what I want. Scissors. I want this. The child will read and then match. Scissors. The tray. It's obvious because there is only one tray, the child will place it. Okay, now do you know what I want from these objects? Okay, I will tell you what I want. I want this. The table. The child will definitely ask you, the table. Which one? Oh, I have made a mistake. I will tell you which one. Read loudly. A table, any table. If there are more than one, you say a table. Now, can you tell me what I want from these objects? No, I will tell you what I want. I want this. The peg. The child will confuse. Which one? Oh, sorry, again I have made a mistake. I will tell you. And you have to tear the slip and then make a new slip. A peg, any peg, the child will match. In this way you are supposed to match all the slips. The tray in one color, a table. After that, second, the exercise is that we will separate a and the articles and then give it to the child, and child will place the objects and match the slips according to the objects. If the object is one, the child will place the with that object, and if the object is more than one, the child will place a. Okay, so this is article game. Thank you. Come to the next. Verb game. Now this is the first presentation in which we introduce grammar symbols. So definitely we are supposed to give the not a presentation but an introduction, hand-on experience with the grammar symbols to the child. We can place all the symbols in front of the child. Few symbols, the box of first grammar symbol, that is noun family, we can introduce that. Then we will give all, but verb game is in between the list, so that's why the child knows this symbol very well. उसके बाद क्या रह गया? बस खत्म। शुक्र। कैपिटल लेटर्स इसमें है ही नहीं, मंगाओ लड़कों से कौन, उन्होंने निकाल के ही नहीं रखे हैं। जल्दी से बोलो, मेरे सामान में मुझे तो नज़र नहीं आया। Now this is the very first time we are having this presentation. Article game. What is the grammar symbol for noun family? What are the grammar symbols for noun family? If it is written that in adjective we have the blue triangle. So what is the article? Loudly. For that article word we use a small equilateral blue triangle. Then we have the color blue. So what this is called adjective, and which grammar symbol we use for that? Dark blue equilateral triangle. Then object triangle. We use black big equilateral triangle. And for verb game we use red disc. And definitely children, this is detective adjective material, and we have this red disc is for verb, and furthermore for adverb we have a larger orange disc for adverb. Adverb is the word which tells us how action has been done or how we are doing the action. Okay? So we okay. Today we will do something very interesting. I will say some word and you are supposed to do the same thing. Okay? Now I will write something and then you will get what I want you to do. Okay? Now watch carefully. Clap. Can you do this? Clap. Okay. When we are supposed to do something with a word, we put this red disc on it. Okay? Then, do you know what I want you to do? No? Okay. Read it and do the action. Laugh. Children love to, do this action. How? You know that what I say something to you, do this. Okay? After that, we will separate the slips and the symbols and ask the child to do the same. Child will place the slips, do the action by himself, and then put all these red discs above the word, because this word gives this symbol gives the impression to the child that this word gives me some instructions to do. We are not directly using the word verb or article to the child. Okay? Thank you. So this is the presentation of verb game. I think almost we have completed. Thank you, sir. Thank you from my side. I just completed my session. Thank you. मैम ने मुझे पहले ही कहा था, इसलिए मैंने